Hey, babe. Yep, I'm getting ready to do the show now. Here in a minute. It's Brandon Perna of That's Good Sports and That's Good Sports. I don't know. It's weird. It's like it's sports and they're good and that's that or some shit. I don't know. Mario Vetanze. You remember Mario? The real smart? No, not the smart guy. You're thinking of Zach Seegers. No, Mario's that big dumb jock, that meathead that wears those stupid sunglasses. Shit. Let me call you back. All right, Broncos country, we are live. This is Mic'd Up. I'm your host, Mike Carmelini. Joining me tonight, Brandon Perna, That's Good Sports, Mario Vetanze, Altitude Adjustment. Let's go. What's up, fellas? How we doing?
I like how Zach Seegers is the smart one.
The competition
who would
wasn't that
love
tough
to
for
hear
the
that
position.
is Zach Seegers. If you ever wonder,
Whoa.
Why are
Whoa. Ah,
all right, hang on.
what's happening?
I got to get everybody in the right place or I'll lose where my scoreboard goes.
Oh my
holy shit.
God.
I don't have a producer. We all don't have producers.
Zach Seegers would have never let that happen. Zach
yes, he
Seegers would not have let that happen.
I was trying to make sure that Zach caught strays and you weren't gonna hear it, Mike. I guess that was your roundabout way of telling me to shut the fuck up about Zach Seegers. So okay.
I protect Zach at all costs. He helped me when I was in need, and so did you, to be fair. And you know what? Just for that, let's be honest. You're getting an extra point, Mario. You helped me set this
Zach's
shit up.
neck is long and weird, so
it is weird, isn't it? Though it is a long, weird neck.
it's like
you'd
a
think with his
long
big
neck.
brain. Yeah, you'd think with his brain, his head would like tilt a lot.
Like
Brandon, thanks for coming on. He still is. Brandon, thanks for coming on, man. How are you?
Yeah.
How's the family? It's good to see you.
We're good. How are you guys?
I'm getting better. I've got my evening soother here. I had to pour a little something. I had a day, and yeah, but it's all good now. We're here a little later than
I poured a little of this, so we're on brand.
Are we?
Always be on brand.
Did you want to like do your coffee thing? Did you want to talk about how you only have 3/4 of a million subs and you need so many more? Do you want to get that out of the way now?
I need to get to 1 million. I need to get to 1 million.
I know.
And then 2, and then 5, and then 10.
Right, in that order.
A cycle that never ends. My entire life will be consumed by chasing a number that's totally irrelevant. That's the only way I have any self-worth, though.
It's borderline obsessive. Guys, before we get going on the show, though, I do want to get your thoughts on Malone and Booth. Mario, what was your initial reaction to
Carl?
to the Nuggets firing these guys?
So I was understandably shocked, not at the fact that they got fired, but more at the timing of it. Like, it was absolutely wild to me initially that they did it right before the playoffs. But the more you think about it, it's like clearly this team needed an injection of some sort. Like, they needed a kick in the ass. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting results. And we've seen that throughout the entire season. So while it was a shocker, I think it was completely necessary. Now, time will tell if anything will come of it. If they're able to go on a run, like I don't think they're winning the championship this year, but if they're able to go on a little bit of a run,
not with that attitude,
I think
they're not.
I'm just trying to be realistic here. Like, how many teams fire their coach a week before the playoffs start and then go on a magically deep NBA playoff run? Like, if it happens, then it'll be the first time that it happens. Now, I will tell you this: I do have, believe it or not, some inside sources. I have a patient who knows someone who works in the front office. So a little bit of breaking news here. Nikola Jokic was not a Michael Malone fan at all, and was not sad that he got fired. I will say that from what I heard, players were more upset that Calvin Booth was fired than they were about Michael Malone.
Really? That's interesting. Perna, what are your thoughts on that?
You said the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again.
It's really not, but go ahead.
It's actually the state of being seriously mentally ill. Madness is the definition of insanity. Mario, I hope it works. I think like we're gonna hear a lot of stuff about the Nuggets right now, and it's gonna be hard to decipher what's actually true about what was going on behind the scenes. But I think if Kroenke makes this decision now, something was bad, right? Like something wasn't good, and if he thought this was the best time, or maybe not the best time, but this was his only time, or doing it now before the season ended was a smarter move, then hopefully it works. Hopefully it pays off. One game in, smart move.
Paying off so
smart
far.
move.
Paying off so far.
Now, if they lose,
Love it.
stupid move. Hate it. Win again, smart. Lose, don't like it.
Like every draft
It's the
pick.
smartest thing that's
in
ever
the
been
world.
said on
Yeah.
this show. Well
I
done.
think, right? Like the other thing they're saying is, Malone was the one adamant about playing Westbrook all the time.
Westbrook. Yeah.
If that's true, then just for that simple changeup in the like 5 games I have watched, which is recent, makes me an expert, and I would say Westbrook takes you here, and then he takes you back down here, and then he takes you here, and then he takes you way down here, and then maybe right here.
He's kind of like our stock market currently. He's really really and then he's really really low.
He's
a tariff.
He's basically a tariff. He's the promise of a tariff, and then he's the decision to remove the tariff. That's exactly what Russell Westbrook is.
It's all about timing. It's all about timing.
Hey, if the players are happy and they get a little energy going into the playoffs, sweet. I'm already winning. Look at that.
It's just a spark. It's just a spark, guys. That's all they needed was a spark. Speaking of sparks,
needed one spark.
Let's go. Let's get this show going.
Except the fact, like they're not going on a deep playoff run if they don't do something. So they did something, and it was very drastic. And you're making this move for next season. Whatever happens from here on out is just kind of like a bonus.
Yeah,
I hope
be interesting to see who they get for coach.
I hope they get the oldest head coach possible to fill the role. I want an 86-year-old
Jokic coach,
basketball guy out there.
Jokic was drawing up plays in the huddle last night. It's like, just put a figure, like bring Chauncey Billups in just for nostalgia, just to say that Chauncey Billups is your coach, but he'll just be a figurehead, and low-key Nikola Jokic will just be coaching that team.
Dude, I don't know if you're serious, but I actually would be cool.
I'm dead serious.
Yeah,
that is not a silly Mario euphemism. That is 100% something they should do.
Fantastic. Well done. Let's go. Mario, while you're yapping, April 10th, 2025, free agency's about done. We'll probably pick up maybe a wide receiver or something later, a little fill-in Reynolds type signing, but draft's 2 weeks away. What's the state of the union for you here as we sit here today? Give it to Broncos country's thrilled, right? Should be.
Yeah, Broncos country should be beyond thrilled. I keep thinking back to where I was mentally at this point last year. And if you had told me last year that this is where we would be, where it's like anybody that you pick in the first round, like, first of all, the fact that you're picking in the 20s, I would have thought there's absolutely no way that that's happening. But the fact that we're here now, you don't have to worry about your quarterback, and there's almost not really a pick they can make it 20 that you're going to be really pissed about. It's like, well, they're not drafting a quarterback, and I can see like any other position, like you take best player available. How long has it been since we're in this position where it's like, yeah, you know what? I trust the coach. I trust the team. I trust the direction we're going at. So really any decision that they make from here on out in the draft, like, I'm psyched. You want to trade up to 6 and take Ashton Genty the way that Patrick Chioda keeps preaching? Fine, I'm here for it. You want to trade back out of the first round? Yeah, I'm hosting a draft party and that'll suck, but who cares? It'll be for the best. So this is the best that I've felt about a Broncos team since prior to that Super Bowl season in 2015. I haven't felt this good going into a Broncos season in a decade.
Yeah. Well done. Love that take. I I remember your draft party from last year. It was a fun but a technical nightmare. Brandon Perna, that's good sports.
That was actually Zach Seeger's fault, who's so smart.
He is. Is that a reference to the cold open tonight? Because that was the best cold open ever, by the way.
What would Zach say? That's what I want to say. What would
Zach
do?
would probably displace blame, but if if you held his ass to the fire, he'd be like, okay, I really dropped the ball there.
Yeah. It's the reason like the pressure's low for this draft is because it feels like the Broncos addressed every concern we kind of had in free agency, right? Like the big ones were, okay, what are we going to do at linebacker? Just get one of the best on earth and Dre Greenlaw. Cool. Bring in Hufanga. Sick. Now we can get possibly a sexy pick with our draft, running back or wide receiver. We thought they might be targeting one of those in free agency. So they didn't overspend on one of those positions. And it's weird because like obviously this draft's important. Every draft's important. But I don't feel any like urgency to get to the draft. And like Mario saying, is because I think like we feel good about the team. And the last time I feel like I was this unenthusiastic about the draft is when we didn't have any first round picks because of Russell Wilson. It's like, yeah, what are we going to do? And now it's like a good thing. We're like, we're at 20. Yeah, Mario mentioned all the scenarios. Maybe we stay there and take whoever they think is the best player available. Maybe they move up. I don't care. They're just in such a nice position. And even if once the season starts, that's probably when we'll look back and go, oh God, why didn't they take this guy? Or if injury set in, like shit, we should have taken depth for that position. The hindsight, but I think it's just a good day to get very, very drunk. Is what I'm telling everybody.
I'm working on that, and I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's like apathy, or I think it's just like it's like a calm draft, right? Like you're right. There's just not that pressure to get it right. Like get that quarterback, get that, whatever. I mean, we need a running back and certainly could use some wide receiver and interior defensive line help, but just like, whatever you get, let's go. I'm ready for camp. Like
somebody put a highlight reel of like the Broncos' failed rushing attempts last year.
I just saw that.
To say Bo Nix needs a running back. It's unfair to our backs. But it's like we have been a fan base who's wanted a PS5 every Christmas for like 10 years. And we got it last year. We finally got it. And now that we have it, it's like, yeah, just give us some cool games that we can play on.
That's a great metaphor. Great metaphor for that. Well done.
Somebody said I look like dad waiting outside for Christmas or some shit. So it made me think of it.
You look like the bad guy from Ted.
From Ted?
Like the movie Ted?
with the talking bear.
Yeah, with Wahlberg and the talking bear.
He's the guy that was like dancing like this.
The bad guy. I don't remember him.
Somebody's gonna clip that for sure.
Don't remember him.
All right, guys. Good take, bad take. I do this every show. The take is
I'm winning. Suck it, Mario.
Running back. It won't last. Mario's totally winning this. You have too many subscriptions.
Whoa, it sounds like rigged.
It's fixed.
Rigged.
Yeah, it's fixed.
To be fair, Brandon, that was the only way that he could convince me to come back was by guaranteeing a W.
I respect
it was the only reason that I agreed to do the show with Ben the first time. I would not be caught dead with Benjamin Albright otherwise.
You've been caught plenty of times with Benjamin Albright in worse places than this.
I said I wouldn't be caught dead. I've been caught alive with him plenty.
Yeah.
Fucking pay attention, Mike, if you're going to drive this show.
I'm driving the show. I can't get past the fact that you can't define a mental illness, and you refuse to do it correctly.
What?
Insanity is not. Never mind. I'm not even going back on that. Where the hell are we? I'm trying to drive the guy. I almost said a bad word. Running back bigger need than wide receiver, Mario? Is that a good take or a bad take?
Of course it is. It 100% is. It's like Javonte Williams was one of the most useless running backs last year. and somehow he was our best running back last year and got more touches and more carries than any of our other running backs. They had so little belief in Audric Estime that they benched him in the playoff game for a dude who's smaller than me that hadn't played a meaningful football game in 4 months. And then they have Jaleel McLaughlin, who was like a Kirkland brand Philip Lindsay when
Whoa.
Philip Lindsay started to lose his luster a little bit. So
what's wrong with Kirkland?
yeah, they nothing's wrong with Kirkland, but it's like it's a knockoff. Okay, it's a Temu version. Okay, do you feel better about that?
Yeah,
Jaleel McLaughlin is a Temu wish version
I think.
of Philip Lindsay. Okay, so absolutely, like currently the way that our running back room is, Brandon Perna could probably go and get 32 carries next season and do okay in that room. That is a miserable, pathetic room right now. And running back not only is a bigger need than wide receiver, it's really the only need that they have right now. And I would argue that wide receiver is not that big of a need, assuming that they are able to extend Cortland Sutton.
I think Joey is actually smarter than Zach Seegers. I'm just going to put it out there.
Is that a hot take?
I don't even think it's that hot of a take, if I'm being perfectly honest. I will say that Joey lays way more pipe than Zach.
He's a plumber?
I
sure
just want to, honey, and the kids don't
What's
watch
the question?
this episode.
What do I got to answer, Mike?
Are we still answering questions?
Is running back a bigger need than wide receiver?
Yes. I'm gonna say
it's the correct answer. I'm gonna give you 1 point.
2 words. Marvin Mims. Marvin Mims. Marvin Mims. I said 2 words 3 times. I think we forget how much.
Are you going to elaborate on that?
Came on at the end of the last season. I feel like he's a good number 2. Cortland Sutton, still one of the more underrated receivers out there. You know what I was thinking about with Cortland Sutton is he's done a really good job at just building chemistry with whatever quarterback we've thrown at him. Like somehow he became Russell Wilson's best friend, and then him and Bo Nix same page. I think that's an underrated skill, and it's a good thing to have with your number 1 receiver like on your team. So yeah, I think it's running backs a bigger need, and I think there's a lot more high-end depth at running back that you can take it at 20. You can take it in the second round, and you can probably feel good about it.
Yep, love that. Love both of your takes.
I like what you're saying about Cortland Sutton, Brandon. It's so true. Like every quarterback that he's played with, he's thrived with. He's like garlic powder, dude. You pretty much put him in anything, and he just instantly improves the dish. And it's not going to be like this mind-blowing thing, but it's just like no matter what you add garlic powder to, it's just gonna improve it, and that's exactly what Cortland Sutton is.
Oh, this is for you, Mario. This is just for you.
Fucking, if I have to keep hearing about goddamn A.T. Perry, it's fine. Yeah, maybe
Marky
A.T. Perry will be so
Marky
good.
knows you so well. All right, I was just trying to set you off.
Can we just like accept the fact that maybe he's a wide receiver 6 and stop acting like he's going to be Cortland Sutton 2.0? Drive me crazy.
Who's A.T. Perry?
We can do whatever you want.
Who knows what does AT even stand for? No one knows. That's how unknown he is. When Broncos country knows what AT stands for, then we can assume that he's a decent wide receiver.
Perna, Tat, McMillan, or Amika, if you had to choose at 20, which one would you take out of those 2? Do you have a preference there? Because if you don't make one up, because that's
I have watched these 2 receivers in mock drafts, and that's the only place I've ever actually watched them.
So you're a film studier like me.
Go Amika.
Here, hang on.
And I think Tet McMillan, saying his full first name is real tricky for me, and I like Amika.
Awesome, great.
Ohio State. He's an Ohio State guy.
Let's deduct
big Ohio
Mario,
State
what do you got
guy.
there? What do you got
Big
there?
Ohio State guy.
This is a preview of what I'm going to be. Actually, next Tuesday night, by the way, Engage 8 on Altitude or not on altitude adjustment. Let's talk
What is?
Broncos altitude adjustment. I want to start. Let's talk Broncos channel altitude adjustment, and then engage 8. And I will be on there with a bunch of draft nerds looking like a freaking moron. So, yeah, welcome to the show, Brandon. Well done.
Mike is just gonna be the pretty face that distracts people. I put you right in the middle just so you're a nice change of pace during
nice
all of the draft talk. We'll have a topic, and then when we get to you, Mike, I'll just do a complete 180 and be like, Mike, why did you give us 3 good bourbons that need to be in our shopping cart?
Yeah, I'll just be an idiot. Yeah, it's perfect. So what do you think?
I like both of these receivers. One of my beefs with this draft class with wide receivers, though, and I've talked about it with Coyote on altitude adjustment. Outside of Travis Hunter, if Travis Hunter decides to play wide receiver full time, I don't see like a true wide receiver 1 in this draft class. I think McMillan is solid. I think he'll be a really, really good number 2 somewhere. And I feel the same way about Egbuka. So if we're comparing the two of them, Egbuka does more things well than McMillan. I think as a pure receiver, McMillan is a little bit better, but he's not the blocker that Egbuka is. He's not the route runner that Egbuka is. He's not as heady as Egbuka is, and he's not the winner that Egbuka is. I'm starting to say his name a lot, and it's sounding really weird saying Egbuka over and over again. Egbuka. Anyway, yeah, I like Egbuka.
All right. I like him too. And I like the fact that Perna and I haven't watched any film, but yet we'll put our stamp on someone because that's what we do.
People keep asking about Golden. That wasn't the question. This drives me crazy. Yeah. Mike is driving the show. So if you're in the comments, listen to the fucking show and react accordingly, okay?
Whoa.
You didn't ask about Golden, so stop bringing up Golden, who is fine. But he wasn't in the question.
Don't be mean to my
viewers. I got
viewers.
your back, Mike.
Thank you. I know you always have my back.
Dignified fucking program here.
Look, there are 1,000 people watching right now, and some of you guys need to hit the damn subscribe button on this. This is ridiculous. I got to be at 750,000 subscribers by the draft, or I don't get my bonus.
Yeah. Get his bonus.
And my writers. My good writers.
How much of a cut is Perna getting of that? You know what you should do, Mike, to raise money?
90, he got a writer, and on the contract he gets 98% of everything I pull.
Yeah,
Mike, you should get shirts made with your face on them.
My face?
Yeah, and sell them for $70.
Okay. $70. People are gonna buy shirts with my face.
That was actually $69, Mario.
69.
Oh, shit, you're right.
And again, it went to charity after I took my 98% cut.
It was a non-profit, though. There was no money left by the time he got done in Vegas.
Dude, I've met Charity. Is she still at Shotgun Willie's?
Yes.
Brandon Perna.
Classy girl.
You got to win one game to get into the playoffs. Rodgers or Russ to win one game?
To get into the playoffs?
Yep, you got a playoff team, but you got no quarterback.
Based on last year, neither. I'll start.
You need one of them.
Bring fucking Tebow back and run
Play the damn game. Play the damn game.
Okay. Win one game with Russ or Rodgers. Is it 2025?
You're gonna overthink
Russ or Rodgers, or are we talking 2024 Russ or Rodgers?
No, this is a valid question.
I'm actually gonna say Russell Wilson. Got to win one game. I'm going Russell Wilson because one, I'm still scared Aaron Rodgers is gonna retire, so he might not even actually be an option.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
I think Russ just a little healthier, a little more spry, even to his own detriment. Might actually help Russ if he can't run. I'll go Russ. You know, Russ gave us 2 years. They weren't a good 2 years. Aaron Rodgers, we thought we were getting him. He scorned us.
He gave us Hackett. Yeah.
Yeah. At least Russ tried. At least Russ tried in Denver.
I do like your reasoning, so I will give you points for that. Mario, what say you? And I don't see. Here's the thing. I don't need to go and explain every little minutia of the plan to Mario because he has an imagination for himself. He doesn't need Will Keys to write out his answers for him.
Whoa.
He can just give me answers. So Mario,
Are you
go.
throwing strays at Brandon when he was nice enough to appear on your show?
It's not a stray when he's on the show.
Oh my God.
He's
Listen. Everybody knows.
Now there's blood in the water.
I have done multiple videos mimicking Russell Wilson. And it's honestly a blast. I just like to go out and throw the football. And to that end, I've made it incredibly clear that I can do anything Russell Wilson can do. We're built the same. We're the same height. We have equally strong arms. So for that reason alone, I'm going to say that I would take Aaron Rodgers. Because I would take Aaron Rodgers over me, and me is basically Russell Wilson.
Oh my God.
I mean, if we're talking about any year before 2023, the answer is Aaron Rodgers, but we're living in a different world right now.
Yeah,
Rodgers,
let's assume they both play.
Rodgers was not as good as his numbers are going to lead you to believe last year. At least Russ's numbers were exactly Russ's numbers last year. That's the difference between the two. I know what you're going to get out of Russell Wilson if we're looking at this next season. I have no clue who Aaron Rodgers is going to be on the field this upcoming season.
Yeah,
one of these two guys would be like more miserable of a teammate. Like, who would you rather not be, or who would you rather play with? Because if I'm getting into the mind of these guys, like having talked to a lot of them who were in a locker room with Russ, I can tell you they weren't psyched about it. But Aaron Rodgers seems like such a fuck boy, or it's like he has two friends that he's really close with on the team, and everybody else just despises him. I mean, that's why they had to trade for Devontae Williams, like a completely useless team, giving up draft capital for a receiver that didn't make an impact for them. But it was because Aaron Rodgers needed his buddy there.
Devontae Williams? That's not a real player.
Oh, balls. This is what happens when I don't have people writing stuff for me. My brain gets fried.
That's a 2-point deduct.
Whatever the fuck his name is. Doesn't matter. He doesn't work there anyway.
Probably spelled Devontae with an E, too. Huh, Mario?
I don't see a difference.
Bam. I won one. Next question.
Oh, my gosh.
The winner, me.
Oh, I got a live studio audience now. I got to watch my mouth. But let's do this first. All right, gentlemen. We are going to do a little taboo. I flipped a coin for you before you came on. And Mario, you won the toss. So you will go first.
Of course he did. Rigged.
Yeah, I'm not.
Jake Plummer.
Jake Plummer is in the stack for sure.
It's my man.
Actually, Perna, that's a point. I make up the rules. I give points when I want, and there's your point. Somebody wants to listen. I can't believe anybody wants to listen to this garbage. Mario, you ready? I'm going to give you clues. You have 1 minute to name as many of these Broncos quarterbacks as you can.
Jake Plummer.
I deduct when you guess preemptively. All right, I'm going to start the clock. You got 1 minute.
Jay Cutler.
Stop laughing at him. Don't encourage him.
Is she laughing?
She's laughing. Yeah.
She has excellent taste in humor.
Hello. Come say hello. Just come in and say hello, boys.
Okay. Hi.
All right, now get out.
Hi.
Don't ever do that again. Don't come back unless you bring me a drink.
You don't have
All right, here we go. Here we go. I'll pay for that.
I hope she throws a drink at your
head. This feels like a very Tyreek Hilly situation here, Mike.
This is definitely not that. Yeah, this is more like the way I talked shit to Perna a minute ago, but yeah, it made me start sweating because I paid.
Mike, negative $1 million.
Negative $1 million. Here we go. I've lost control of the show. Here we go. Ready, Mario?
I don't think you ever had control. Jay Cutler.
That's a good point. All right.
Bubby
it is
Brister.
the backup quarterback for the Broncos right now. Bo's backup.
Stidham. Sam Ellinger.
First round draft pick, 92, while Elway was still on the team. Took him at like 20.
Conor Maddox. Well, we just guessed. We just got whoever says it
Shut
first.
up, Perna. It's not your turn. Case Minnesota Miracle. Elway couldn't say his name.
Space Keenum.
The Snake.
Jake Plummer.
These are
Snake.
layups.
They're all
You're gonna give
layups.
me all
They're
the
our
hard
quarterbacks. What the hell do you want? I'm pausing.
Why on the clock still? Ask me the question.
I paused. I gotta mute. Perna. There we go. Okay.
What? Bullshit.
We have run right off the rails here, boys.
Here we go. Resuming. Second round draft pick that Vic hated so much and sent him
Drew
to
Lock.
Seattle. He wore 2 gloves. Vic loved him.
Teddy Bridgewater.
That's right. Oh, your favorite Elway backup, Country Boy.
Oh, Bubby Brister.
Oh, big, tall, Super Bowl 50. Played like 4 games.
Brock Osweiler.
Here we go. Retired jersey with Peyton's number.
Greg Morton.
With Peyton's number.
Peyton Manning.
Number.
Craig Morton. John Elway.
Oh my God, that is so lame that you don't know that. Oh, okay. There goes the clock.
Oh my God, Frank Tripucka.
Whoa,
That's a little late
bitch.
for.
You can't get
I
that
can't see the clock, Mike.
What's your problem?
Tripucka.
I'm shooting blind up here.
Shooting blanks?
No,
Not
he's got
anymore.
two-
Well,
got
actually,
8.
I do have a vasectomy scheduled, so I will be shooting blanks relatively soon.
You got 8. That's not bad.
So he got quarterbacks. What do I get?
Quarterbacks.
What? He
Lots
has
of-
all the easy ones.
Did he? We'll
I
see
knew
about
every
that.
one of those. So
Pretty
yeah.
sure I got more than 8.
Yeah, actually, you got.
I'm pretty sure I got like 13.
I'm pretty sure there were only 10 in the stack. All right.
All right.
I'm pretty sure I got at least
Time to
13 or
mute.
12.
Let's mute Mario. Don't forget to mute Mario.
For a couple big, Broncos guys, you guys cry a lot. All right, here we go. Perna, we're you and me. Are
Okay.
you ready?
Yeah, I'm dialed
Plumber.
in.
Spot dialed in. All right, you shut up. I will mute.
Mute
Mario.
him. Dear
right.
God.
What?
I
I'm
didn't.
just
I didn't
making
mute
the whole
you.
thing
Yes,
anyway.
he did.
I did not. I just acted like I muted you. I wouldn't
Oh,
mute you
I
guys.
was being silent for no reason
Well,
then.
Brandon was talking through half of my answers. I couldn't think of who Frank Tripucka was.
Well, I
It's
thought I was
Brandon's fault.
muted. I thought I was muted.
Are we even sure that him and Craig Morton aren't the same guy?
No, they might be.
We-
Anybody before Elway is not real
That's
to
a
me.
point.
So
Exactly.
That's a point.
It was all
That's
an
a bonus
illusion.
point.
It's just a glitch in the
That was
matrix.
Well done. All right, here we go. Brandon, here we go. All right. The bust, 2017 eye patch, really
Paxton
tall.
Lynch,
Okay. Oh, our Super Bowl 50 quarterback.
Peyton Manning,
We just talked about this guy. He's in with the New York Giants now.
Russell Wilson,
So hard, aren't they? Oh, this would be Peyton's backup. He started in 2016. He was our starting quarterback in
Trevor
2016.
Simeon,
Oh, he was our head coach for Super Bowl 50.
Hoobs,
Oh, we got this guy from the Ravens. He was in his prime.
Joe Flacco,
Oh, the beard, the neck beard. McDaniels started him.
neck beard,
Yeah, the neck
Kyle
beard.
Orton.
There you go. Okay, we just talked
Those
about
are the easy ones.
Mario thinks this guy is the one that's we were talking about. It's like salt. Super Bowl 77 starting quarterback.
Morton,
Okay. The greatest quarterback human in history.
Elway,
Oh, he would kneel and pray after he did anything.
Tebow.
Woo,
Prayed to the wrong god. That's all I know.
let's go. No, he didn't.
I don't know, man. He won a playoff
2,
game.
3, 4, 7,
He
8,
should have
9,
been praying to Matt Prater.
10. Got 10, Perna.
I'm pretty sure he only got like 6.
I'm pretty sure you're drunk. Paxton
I'm
Lynch.
pretty sure
Count
you're
'em with
counting
me.
by 2, Mike.
Count them with me, Mario. Oh, you probably can't count because you don't know English either, but he got 10. Well done.
Your
folks.
mom
Let's get
doesn't
back
know
on track.
English.
Honey, give me that earphone back.
Honey, it's true.
Don't listen. Das ist richtig. Nein, sprechen Sie. No Deutsch. Touchbacks to the 35. Tushbush. Do we care about any of this stuff, Mario? Do we care?
Honestly, I care about the kickoffs going to the 35. I think it's stupid. Like they want so desperately for there to be returns. And I think there's a very easy explanation and easy solution here. Like, move the kicker back. You keep moving it forward. Like, have the kicker kick off from the 20. If you're really so concerned with there being kicks, like, make it really freaking difficult to kick out of the back of the end zone. Like, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. And the tush push, I think it's insane because technically any team could do this play, but there's only one quarterback that can squat 800 pounds, and so that's why they're the best at the tush push. And I just think it's funny that like the teams that can't stop it were the ones that wanted to outlaw it. It's not any more dangerous than any other play in the NFL. So I thought it was stupid that they tried to ban it. I hope that they never ban it. Someone just has to figure out how to stop it.
Yeah, agreed. Well done. Love that take. I totally agree with you. And if Perna is paying attention and wants any points, he will follow suit.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like Mario already stole my points from my own videos. I already talked about this in
Here we go.
I would say you don't even need to move the kicker back. Just blindfold the kicker, and that solves a lot of problems. Tush push. I think if a team's going to run the tush push, that the quarterback has to take his pants off. Let's actually make it a tush push.
That
No
way
pants.
they're hesitant to like get right in there and push. Yeah.
And do you actually think that works more because he gets pushed or because of the way? I feel like the success of that play is really based off the way the Eagles line blocks it. It's like more of a technique
100%.
with the offensive line than the extra push from behind. But I still would like to see the quarterbacks pantless. So those are my
All
two
of them?
I'm
choices.
sure there are a lot of people that would want to see Jalen Hurts pantless if we're being totally honest.
NFL's like 18 games. I've always been like, could we just see a little more peen in the game? Just one peen per game. Talk about ratings boost.
Don't
Talk
ask me
about-
what a peen is. Don't ever ask me that
Talk
question.
You know, and then Walmart could sell Jalen Hurts peen from week 16 tush push. Walmart could make money off of even more of the NFL, and that helps the Broncos. So
It does.
all right.
Fanatics started selling those shirts where it was just pictures of guys in their iconic plays. I mean, I think Walmart could absolutely sell like Bo Nix hanging brain.
Well, Saquon he filed to trademark his backwards hurdle. Now imagine that pantless.
I'm assuming Mario imagines everything pantless.
Yeah, he probably does.
It's how I do every show.
Uh-huh. Oh, I'm surprised he still has
All
that
right,
shirt
it's
on.
another
Did
debate
everybody
I
see
won
the
here.
shirt? Did everybody
I've
see
actually
the shirt?
since taken my
Like-
pants off.
Dang, I'm really winning. I'm really winning this. I'm winning it so much Mario's wearing me.
So much winning going on.
My father-in-law likes
Oh.
Brandon more than he likes me. Every time I see my father-in-law,
Everybody
he's like,
does.
"Oh, that Brandon Perna guy. I saw his show. Man, he's funny."
Good.
Like, yep.
I like that
He's
guy.
he is.
I'm gonna
He's
buy
And
him
I
a
probably-
was,
beer.
and I was super psyched to talk to him about Brandon. You know, the first 18 times he brought him up.
Thank
The
you.
last 32 have just been, a little grating.
32. It's when the Broncos won their first Super Bowl. I think that's the right number.
It's a good number.
Glad you picked
Let's
up on that.
Another point for me. All right, what's the next question and how am I gonna win it?
I'll let you know. All right, just a couple of things. This weekend, I will be releasing this. I did a poll with most of Broncos media. I got 84 ballots back now. These are not my votes. These are the votes from people on TV, radio, podcasts, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Everybody but Brandon Perna. Brandon Perna did not get a ballot, only because he doesn't check his DMs, and he would have got it like after like next week or something and been like, what the fuck is this? So
Dude, it gets messy in there, okay?
it does.
I
know
feel
it
bad,
does.
Mike.
I know it
Brandon
does.
routinely takes 2 weeks to text me back.
I get it. And
I'm
then next Thursday night show will be Ryan Edwards KOA and Coach Mike Sanford.
Ooh,
That is
good
going to be
battle.
a slaughter.
too.
Ryan Edwards
So-
is just going to run away with that thing.
And by the way,
Pantsless.
will say that both Brandon and Mario are represented. There are enough votes in that I can call some of these. I don't know exactly where they will rank, but they will be in the top 10s of at least
I'm
one or
not
two of these.
in the
so.
media.
I know,
Actually,
I know, and I'm sick
Yeah,
of hearing
I don't
you
even
say
think
it.
I am really.
I get it, but people vote for you.
Actually, I'm not
People
at all
in the
in the
media
media.
vote for you anyway. So tough shit. Just
I'm in the
take what you
jerk
get.
off category.
I put you in the jerk off category,
That's what
and
we
you
do.
are
You got the Emmys,
second.
the Webbies. Who's the jerk
Brandon's in
off?
the top 10. Is Johnny Barks like part of the asterisk or what?
Yeah, Johnny and Will.
Hell yeah.
Without them, I am nothing. Nothing.
I said that earlier, and I got jumped on. Like,
Yeah, but
I
don't
wish
know.
I could. I know, but you already set the precedent, Mike. You opened the door, and I kicked it
I
down.
can
This
say
is
it.
your fault.
I can say I need them.
Oh, but I can't.
No, because
Right,
then
good call.
then you're insinuating I'm stupid without them.
No.
Yep.
Prove me wrong. How long will Sean Payton coach the Broncos? Brandon Perna. He is so. Sean's 61, I think. He's
Would
gonna.
we give
You
him
know
a
he's
5-year
gonna.
contract? He's 2 years in.
I think he's got 3 years left.
Okay.
So yeah, I think you're right, and I think he's gonna want to be with Bo for a while, right? And prove us all wrong and how smart he is.
How
long
old
do
did
you
you say
think
he
it-
was?
I
How
think
old
he's
Sean Payton?
61. I think he's 61.
Okay.
Mhm.
And what, Belichick and Pete Carroll, they kind of got outed at 70.
Pete
right.
Carroll is 107, and I
Yeah.
think Belichick is 95.
I think
somebody
Sean
check me on those numbers.
Payton has 27 years left. And he will quite literally die during a football game coaching Bo Nix in his final game. And it will be the greatest thing any of us have ever seen in our lives. And when Bo says this one's for Sean, it will be because Sean has sadly passed mid-game at the ripe old age of 87. That's a good number.
I love
Sorry,
that.
Sean. Now you know the year you're going to die. That's going to be weird for you. Don't let it affect the decisions you make on a day-to-day basis now that you have that information. I shouldn't have revealed that. And now that I have, everything that was planned, oh, God, could be ruined. The butterfly effect, right? Or whatever the fuck. One of those things.
I believe that's what it's called. Yeah, well done. I'll give you like 10 million points. Mario, what do you say? How long is Sean going to stick around?
You said he's 61.
I believe he is.
Well, 8 more years.
Two terms.
Nice.
So you're going to go.
You could give everyone a chance to do some quick fucking addition there.
If he wins a Super Bowl, do you think he walks?
Like he's done. Unless it's like 2 years.
Sean
I think his
Payton
ego
to me
is
seems
too
like a
big
guy
to
who would
just,
like
like,
to go
call
out
it.
on top.
No,
right?
if he
Like,
does
if he's in a position
yeah.
to go like back to back or like win more, because like we kind of thought that about Andy Reid, right? We're like, oh well, he finally won his Super Bowls. He's gonna ride off into the sunset. Honest to God, Brandon, I think if anybody dies on the field, it's gonna be Andy Reid. That dude is gonna have a full blown pulmonary embolism in the third quarter.
Commenting on his health, Mario.
Yeah, he's disturbingly overweight. I mean, you can see
He's
him.
trimmed down.
Has he? He's as big as the moon.
I don't.
I'm not a body shamer.
That's probably why he never
think he's
sets.
beautiful. I think he's a beautiful
he
man.
is
He's
always
beautiful
there.
just the way he is.
Yep.
Agree to disagree. Like, if you guys are into the whole body positivity thing, that's great. I'm in the healthcare field. It's not healthy. Sorry.
I didn't say it was healthy. I said I love Andy Reid just the way he is.
No, I don't. I think he should
And when he
retire
sees
for his
that,
health
he's going to get
and
soft.
for no other
He's
reason.
going
I
to start
stopped-
being a shit coach.
Honestly, I stopped caring like 5 minutes ago. I just asked the question. We're going to go, Mario, if interior defensive lineman is the pick at 20, you'd be okay with that? I think that
Yeah, I would
that's the kind of the
absolutely be
sweet
okay with
spot
it.
of the, I think that's the sweet spot of the draft for that pick.
Honestly, like I said it earlier, we're kind of in a position where outside of quarterback, I don't think that there's a position that's necessarily off the board. It's like, obviously, aside from kicker and punter, blah, blah, smart asses. There's aside from that, there's really not a position that I would be upset about. I think interior defensive line is in need. Like, you can always build depth there. I think this is a really solid, like, top heavy class for interior defensive line. What's the future of Malcolm Roach? What's the future of JFM? Like, are they bringing them back? And you can't have, like the Philadelphia Eagles showed us, you can't have too many edge rushers. You can't have too many interior defensive linemen. From what I've seen, like, a lot of GMs have a first round grade on only about 14 to 16 of these guys. So theoretically, that's telling us that when we get to 20, there might not be any guys there that GMs have first round grades on. And if there is someone there, then honestly, it's probably interior defensive line. I think there could be 4 or 5, maybe even 6 interior defensive line that go in the first round. Now, I don't think it'll be a sexy pick. You're not getting an Aaron Donald or Chris Jones caliber guy, or even like a Zach Allen caliber guy. But at the very worst, you can get a rotation player that can put a lot of pressure on the quarterback, that's going to improve their run defense, which they obviously desperately need after what we saw in Buffalo. Yeah, I would be perfectly fine with interior defensive line at 20.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the draft lines up well for that. What are your thoughts, Brandon?
Chris Jones was 37th overall when he was drafted. I think you could get Chris Jones there. I don't think you know who Chris Jones is or Zach Allen is. I think those are the players you get later and nobody really knows about him. You're like, oh, damn, that guy was so good. That guy was so good, and he was there for all of us. All of us could have drafted Chris Jones, but no, he made it all the way to 37. Who did we take instead of Chris Jones?
Lynch.
Paxton. Who
Yep.
did we outbid to get
The
Paxton Lynch?
Dallas.
The Cowboys and the Chiefs.
Yep.
Andy Reid wanted Paxton Lynch, but he tampered, so they took away one of his draft picks because of Jeremy Maclin. What are we doing at 20? If they go interior defensive line, is that the question? Do I care? No, I don't give a shit who they pick at 20 because I actually trust their evaluations.
Yeah.
I think George Payton, outside of the Russell Wilson decision, pretty good read on drafts. Not perfect, a lot better than the read Elway had. So, kudos.
That was a low bar.
It really is just about how the picks in front of you shake out. Like, I'm sure they have a plan, but you're just hoping some team or a couple teams ahead of them, you're hoping a run goes on a position group that they're not keen on drafting, right? So that somebody else that they like falls there. Or you're hoping some team does something stupid. And hopefully that's like at 17 or 18, and the guy you want is going to be available. Do you think Hampton's going to be there at 20 though? Now it felt like, like 3 weeks ago.
For a while it did.
Good
Yeah.
shot. Now it's like no chance.
Now they're trying to decide if Henderson's going to be there.
I think there's a better chance he's not there than that he is there. And honestly, I'm starting to get the notion that Travion Henderson might go a lot sooner than a lot of people think.
Yeah, it's probably high second round now for him. And the thing we didn't think would happen is one of the top 2 tight ends falling to 20, and that's kind of feeling like that actually could happen. And if it's Colston there, that's cool. If they go receiver there, that's cool. I think and right now, like the fad is like the Eagles. Right, they won the Super Bowl. They beat the Chiefs. It was the greatest. It was about like the.
It was the best Super Bowl in about a decade.
Fourth best. It was 4th best Super Bowl. No, 5th, 6th best Super Bowl probably we've ever seen because Eli Manning beating Tom Brady was great. But the thing is, you can't have too many defensive linemen, right? Like that's just now it's a cliche to even say it. It's just said every day. And there's this other weird thing, and maybe you know about this, Mario. Like, John Franklin Myers seems a little annoyed with the Broncos right now. Like, it feels like he wants a contract. They're not super interested in making that happen. But just based on like some of his tweets every now and then, it wouldn't surprise me if they went defensive line if one of the guys that they hold as possibly a first round grades there, but I don't fucking know.
I think these guys need to start implementing, like, there needs to be an app on the app where anytime a professional athlete tweets something out, it kind of goes on hold for 24 hours. And then 24 hours later, they're asked, "Are you sure you want to send this tweet? Like, are you still, do you still feel like you're being a little bitch, or would you like to delete this and maybe not get everyone all riled up?" Like, a lot of these guys, like, they use it for good and it's promotional, but there are very clearly a handful of players in the league who absolutely should not be on Twitter because they're not doing themselves any favors. It's like, look, man, you had a solid year and everybody in Broncos country likes you. You came in, you did the job that was
It was
asked
a
of
very
you.
good year.
But if you're upset that the Broncos are going to prioritize Cortland Sutton, Zach Allen, and Nick Benito over you, I think you're due for a reality check, my man. Like, you're really going to be upset about that? That would be like someone saying, like, "Hey, Mario, we want to get you on our show, but we want to figure out getting Brandon Perna on our show first."
Yeah,
I'm not going to
that's
throw a
good
little bitch
show.
fit about
That's
it
a really
because
good show.
Brandon Perna is a much better get than Mario Vetanze is. I'm not going to go on a tirade on
Based on
Twitter and be
looks.
like, "Oh, I can't believe they're not going to get me on a show before Brandon Perna." Yes, I am, because I operate in a state of reality.
Can you start asking to go on shows?
I'm so confused.
And then when they say no, just recommend me, Mario. That'd be real sweet. Real sweet. 'Cause I don't think they
I'll
see
be
it.
like, "Hey, can you help us get Brandon?" Be like, "Well, if I can actually get him to text me back, then I'll certainly try."
Please. Please.
Let's try something a little different.
JFM's
here,
good.
shall we?
I don't want him to be angry.
No, me neither. But it's
But
like, brother, just chill. Your contract's not even up yet.
Yeah, that's the other part of it.
Can't get this screen to. I wanted to share this screen with you guys.
What's happening here?
I'm technically challenged, apparently.
This is like you got a skosh of the tism here, Mike?
I don't have
Carl Mecklenburg.
my producer took the night off, so
That's
I'm
the
kinda
answer.
winging it.
Got it. Next
Why is your
question.
cursor on his ass? Oh, that's better. Yeah,
Tush,
okay.
push. Tush push. All right,
Malone.
so gentlemen, this is an article on denverbroncos.com, and they are listing the best player at each number. And so
That sounds tedious.
Great.
Perna?
I can't remember numbers.
Perna, as you can see, we don't know who that is. But do you know who number 80 would be?
That's Terry Bradshaw.
So you're not going to participate in who number 80 for the Broncos would be?
Terry Bradshaw, right there. Number 12. It's Barney Chavis is 79, is what
I'm asking you. I'm asking you who
Right,
the
Mike.
best.
That is absolutely Terry Bradshaw.
That is
Who's
right.
the best number 80?
Yeah, 80's next. So who are they going to list?
Rod Smith. Was he 80? Yes. 88, 80 and 88. Those in my brain are the same football number. Whoo, got it.
Ooh. Mario, who's going to be 81?
Big Rod Smith.
It's going to be a tough. Because I can't think of anybody but TP
it's Mario's
right now.
turn, right?
I mean, I think it would probably be Tim Patrick.
Oh, wait. I do have a better one. Old school, though. Probably 80s.
Okay.
No, Steve Watson.
I see it in the chat. Steve Watson.
I would take Tim Patrick over Steve Watson. They really fumbled the bag there.
All right, just because they got rid of him, I'll give you a
I know
point, even
Mario
for
didn't
being
watch
wrong.
football. He doesn't know shit about Steve Watson.
I played against Steve Watson's kid.
I literally just remembered about Steve Watson, Mario, and you don't know shit about him.
Guilty.
Yeah.
Brandon, give me an 82.
Well, he was number 81, Brandon. I'll tell you that.
Actually, Lee was 85, wasn't he?
Oh, okay.
Give me an 82.
Actually, Lee was so much fun. Like, he couldn't catch a slant, and he couldn't catch wide open passes, but he made some of the most ridiculous acrobatic catches. It's like on Madden, his spectacular catch was 99, but his catch was like 62.
I'm just gonna give Perna all the points and call this bit a piece of
It's
shit.
honestly like
Because-
Perna when we play football. It's like he never catches any of the easy ones, but he catches all the impossible ones.
Dude, I catch all of them.
Brandon
one I
Perna
don't
is
catch is when
basically
it's like,
Ashley
Oh, look,
Lilly.
it was
when
Vance
I'm
Johnson.
3 yards in front of you and you throw it as hard as you can. Brandon Lloyd, probably the most acrobatic catcher you've ever watched.
Is that why
Trace-
you don't come play with me anymore? Because I throw the ball too hard?
No. I don't like
Other
it.
reasons?
Finally, got the host out of here. Now the show
Now we
can
can
go
get
on.
good.
Now
Ah,
we're
son
getting
of a bitch.
Oh,
That was
that's
about
cool.
to be the greatest episode of Mic'd Up ever.
Yeah, the one
You
with the
just
one
let
that
Brandon
I wasn't
and I
on.
close it out.
Sammy
You
Winder.
would. 33. Right? 23.
Ruben Drones.
34.
Oh, wait, no, he was 34.
Ian Gold.
52.
Ma Tanavasa.
John
98.
Mobley. Oh, no, he was 51. I have no idea what's going on.
I'm
Dale
naming every.
Carter.
I don't know who that is.
Which we brought him over. It was a mistake.
Patrick Chikura was number 55.
Kura. Fuck. Nice.
That's a great.
Nice
that's
get.
2 point.
Nice
Nice
pull.
get. All right.
Chikura.
I guess I.
Mustard. What was Mustard?
I guess I
What
never
was
thought.
Mustard? Sam Mustard? What was his name? The tight end?
Chad Mustard.
Yeah.
Chad Mustard.
Wasn't it Chad?
And it was some name like Sam or Chad or
Brad.
Some typical
Josh.
big white dude name. Definitely rushed to
Zach
Brad.
Mustard.
So,
You
babe,
know
you
what?
want to come up to my room? Chad Mustard. Nice to meet you. Sigma Pi.
Hey, that shit works. You don't even know. Chad
I
Mustard.
don't know. I
That
didn't
happens,
join a
right?
frat because I refused to be sodomized.
What?
My lord, what has what has
I
got
said
into
I
you?
refused to be sodomized.
Oh, so nothing got into you?
Jeb Poutsier. Good one.
Not
like-
that I
Good
was
one,
aware of.
Jody.
Are the
I
Broncos
actually
a top
played
10
flag
team?
football with
Don
Jeff
Quixote.
Poutsier. That dude was dope.
All right, we're just gonna give up on the show. We're just gonna go through comments at this point.
Wait, I thought we
Yeah.
were doing a debate. Let's
won?
debate.
Who had the best score? Was it me?
No, you're down by 1. I don't even know where the
I
scoreboard
don't
went.
get anybody who goes back
I haven't
and
seen the
watches
scoreboard
it.
this entire time because you keep covering it with your graphics.
They're gonna be like, how
Stop
on earth did
complaining.
Mario get any points? Let alone more than the guy who knew the most about college football.
I think
This isn't
Brandon
a
and I
college
are setting a
football show.
really dangerous precedent for this show. I can't imagine anybody watching this and then wanting to come on because they're like, there's no way that we will be as entertaining as Brandon and Mario.
I can't imagine
No
anybody
fucking
wanting to
shot.
host a show like this. I will give. It's
Fair-
all tied up.
This
Fair
would be like following John Elway.
Yeah,
It's like no matter what you do, you are
Yeah.
going to let everybody down.
the bar has
Hey,
been
man,
You are
set
you are
pretty
Brian
high,
like
guys.
Coach Sanford and Ryan Edwards. They are Brian Greasy. They will be fine, perfectly
Oh
adequate,
yeah.
and everybody is gonna hate the show because they're like, well, it's not Brandon and Mario.
You know
If
they're
we don't
stealth.
both end
They're
up with
stealth watching this
69,
right now, and
If we don't
I'm
both
not
end
going
up
on.
with 69, then I'm gonna crash out and never do your show ever again.
I'm not gonna go that far. I would never. Say
I
that.
will.
I would never say that.
You're playing a very dangerous game here, Carmelini.
Let's. I am curious what your guys' thoughts on this.
Are we still live?
No.
This is a
just
very
between
Italian
us. This
show
is just
tonight
between
too,
us.
isn't it?
The defense is going to be better. Hopefully, the offense is going to be better. The Broncos were not a top 10 team last year. You think they'll be a top 10 team next year, Mario? Said and done.
Absolutely. I mean, they were supposed to be a bottom 5 team last year. They made the playoffs. They've improved tremendously. They got 3 of the best available free agents, They still have the draft coming up. They have an additional year of Bo Nix where he's more comfortable in the offense. They'll have another year of Devon Bailey, another year of Franklin, where they're learning the offense. They're getting on the same page with Bo Nix. They're a top 6 team next year.
Woo! That's hot.
Yeah,
Can't change the
if
score,
Troy
though.
Franklin's good, that's a huge boost for the offense. And as good as Bo Nix was, a lot was still left like to be desired with his play, with missed opportunities, and not even it like necessarily being like his fault or anything, but there were so many missed opportunities last year, and it's if you get half of those to work, they're better. And the one thing I'm scared about, like, because the defense was in this weird spot where it wasn't as good as it seemed at times. Like that defense dominated bad teams, just absolutely wrecked them. That defense also had a couple touchdowns negated last season by officials blowing plays dead and some other stuff. So they could have scored even more points last year. My fear is like, what does this team look like if the defense isn't as opportunistic as it was last season? I expect the defense to be better, and hopefully that kind of cancels it out. But last year, they had some crazy, crazy plays that kept the team in games, and even some of the just like the fucking Marvin Mims catch in the end zone against
the triple
Cleveland,
bounce
Cleveland,
around one. Yeah.
Or no, against the Bengals that just kept them in that game.
The game tying touchdown. Yeah, it was insane.
Plays that were just crazy. And that's awesome. And it's like maybe it's because the last like 9 years have been tormenting. It's like I just hope there's not like a regression on any level, right? Like not just Bo Nix, but like offensive line, pass protection last year, insane. Bo Nix not taking sacks, perfect. Run game, yes, we need a lot more out of that. But it's like defense, need a touchdown. Oh, they got you a touchdown. Like, can they continue to do that? I don't know.
Yeah, that's
I
valid.
think the word you're looking for is opportunistic.
I said that. I did say it twice.
I wasn't really paying attention because I was writing in the chat.
Sure. No, last season was fun though. It was such a nice surprise, and now we have expectations because we didn't have them. We're like, okay, yeah, everybody thinks the Broncos are going to be bad. That's fine. I get why they think it. I think the team's not quite as bad as everybody's saying. We got a rookie quarterback. We don't know how that's going to pan out, and we got into the playoffs. So it felt like we just played with house money. Yeah. Now we're like, we kind of got to get back to the playoffs, like because if we don't,
it's a failure. Yeah.
Yeah. And so it'll be nice to learn who this team is with those expectations. This draft will be important, even if it's not as sexy as, when you're taking Bo Nix. But I just want it to be September again. I don't even want to know what happens in the draft. I want to wake up.
Just get it over with.
September. And it's week 1, and this is the day I'm learning about who the Broncos drafted.
You're just gonna get hammered drunk and live stream the draft.
Isn't that what everybody does?
Hammered, but draft's busy. That's a work day for me, Mario. How dare you say I wouldn't take my work day like responsibly?
Seriously?
Yeah. Seriously.
I thought that you did all your shows hammered drunk.
Why would you say that to him?
I'm not going to respond to that.
Why are you commenting? Who
doesn't? Like I said,
I'm
trying to interact with the. Well, I mean, I don't know. It's like,
would you take over the chat so I can do my stuff here?
I mean, everyone's heard of Perna. There's probably a decent amount of people watching here that definitely have not heard of me. So they're probably like, who the fuck is this guy that they put with Perna who's wearing Perna on his shirt?
No, they're probably like, why
mustache.
did Brandon make that guy wear a shirt of him?
Why
makes him drink his coffee? Makes
I'm
him
insecure, and I care about what people think about me.
All right. I think we should probably.
I don't know why you feel bad about
Get
like
the
me
hell outta
thinking
here.
that you do shows drunk, Brandon. Like routinely, Pat will rip a line before every altitude adjustment episode.
A line?
Oh yeah, he's perking it up, dude.
Also, he has his head like
He's
right
my
here.
Pat is my Percocet prince. Okay.
He does not. He does.
Allegedly.
That's true. Who's the MVP last season?
I just said something. My Alexa was talking to me. I didn't say
Dude,
it right?
Alexa
You heard
just
me not
narked
say
on
Alexa.
fucking Pat's what happened.
I think there's something happening. There's something happening in my basement.
Close it out, guys. You guys.
Man, the
Well,
show's
this is
back.
fantastic.
Show is back, guys.
This is really fun because like in on one side I'm doing this show, right, and then I have another window open where I'm just reading old Marmaduke comments, and he's so funny. He's just like a big silly dog.
If the Broncos went defensive line, who do you guys want?
Grant.
Tell me about
If they go in the
line.
first round, I think Derek Harmon is probably the guy that they target. But I'm being honest, I think the most likely thing to happen, and honestly, what I hope happens is they do trade back, like either to the end of the first round or even like into the early second, and they add a few picks. So then, as they're adding these picks, they can move up then again in the second. I think like Mason Taylor is a guy that they should absolutely target. Like first round is too early, but I don't think he's going to last to 51. I think they really, really like Mason Taylor. I think he's one of the most well-rounded tight ends in this draft. Like not the pass catcher that Colston Loveland is, but absolutely a better blocker. And I think a lot of this is contingent on the quarterback. Like watch the Giants take Travis Hunter and then Shedeur Sanders fall to 20, and the Giants just throw the kitchen sink at Denver to move up to 20 to take Shedeur Sanders and pair him back with Travis Hunter.
20 is such a nice spot because the Steelers are right behind us. And the Steelers need a quarterback, right? Right? Yes.
So yeah, that's exactly right. So like a team would want to hop in front of the Steelers to take a quarterback.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Continue. I'm
you know what I think the NFL should do with the draft, guys? I think like
make it so it's not 5 hours long the first night.
I think pick number 5, pick number 10, pick 15, pick 20, pick 25 are available to be purchased by teams
like Walmart money.
Wealthy.
Like
so
just
if you
Walmart
have a lot of money and you want the 5th overall pick, you just give the commissioner a check for, I don't know, $20 million, whatever it is. It's distributed to all other 31 teams, those stupid, poor-ass teams that don't have any money, and you just buy that draft pick and then you take whoever you want. I think the draft should do that.
The Chiefs are too cheap to ever do something like that. So I love that idea.
Isn't that how the NBA works anyway?
Money, so
10th, the 15th, and the 20th.
I think that's how the NBA
the rest
does
of their
for
draft
grabs
and just only do one round. Easy. I can make the NFL so fun.
Yeah, I loved your rule changes at the beginning of the show.
You really had me at the
kickers.
full frontal male nudity. Like, sign me up.
Dude, you think the NFL makes money now? Give me power. Just give me power.
Brandon Peanut.
Right, Glenn. More peen.
Yeah, put that on a t-shirt.
Who's a fan of football.
All right, there'll be t-shirts for the next show with that on it, probably.
It'll be tasteful. It'll be blurred out on the regular broadcasts, but if you want to see everything for $29.99 a month, you get NFL
if you think paying for football tickets is expensive now, just wait till everyone's butt-ass naked with their dicks slapping around.
Yep. You want to live stream the players taking a shower? NFLX. $29.99 a month.
That was the XFL, wasn't it? Didn't we already have that?
Were they in the shower for the XFL?
I think they were. I was in the shower.
They were so smart. Why didn't that work?
I don't know. It worked for me. I don't know what the problem was.
It might have been the original XFL when they couldn't really get the telecast working.
This is going off the rails in the chat as well.
Glenn Hauser said Cocktober. You scoundrel, Glenn.
You little
Let's
Glenn
keep
joking
it
is such
tasteful,
a
jokes.
rat
Glenn. Come on
scallion.
now. Let's keep it tasteful, Glenn.
It's too late for that.
Glenn is completely incapable of that.
I think.
Oh,
This was a
yeah.
great show,
Kodiak's
guys.
right. Big Dick Decker. Do you guys ever watch that
Give
the
me that
reality
headphone
show
out of your
Eric
ear
Decker
right
did?
now. Give me
My
that
wife
headphone out of your
watched
ear.
it, and she would talk to me all the time about how his wife would like talk to her mom about like how big Eric Decker's dick was.
Oh my god.
That's just who would say something
That's a great pull, Kodiak. Well done.
Who would say something like that?
Jesse,
Um,
what's her name? Jesse James? Well, I guess it's Jesse
Jesse
Decker now.
Eisenberg.
Oh, that's
She was
right.
like
It
a
was Jesse
C-list, she was like a
James. Yeah.
C-list celebrity.
No,
She
was
got
like a
way more
country
famous after she
singer, right?
started dating Big Dick Decker.
It's not like she was a D-list celebrity now.
Nice.
Thanks.
Nice.
Yeah, nobody
Nice.
gets me. Nobody gets me. We could get rid of the chain gang and have Chris Jones on the sideline. All right, Glenn, you already had your minute. Get out of here.
All right.
You lost it, Glenn. Glenn captured the magic and then
Yeah, he went for that next
expeditiously
one.
let it go.
Yeah, he went for it, guys. I'm calling it a tie at 69. You can't do any better than that. This is perfect show. I wasn't really involved in it, which was kind of cool. I just got to sit here and deal with the looks that my wife gave me every time you guys dropped an F-bomb, and that actually would probably work out just fine for me.
Should we not have been cussing?
No.
Fuck.
No, you should not have been cussing. No, it doesn't matter.
Should probably put a parental advisory warning on this one.
I don't know how to do that, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to publish them like I'll do. But if you are watching this tonight, I appreciate it. It looks like a lot of you are. Please go over to That's Good Sports and get Brandon to 750,000 and go to Underdog and get him his signups over there. I know it's important for his guys.
Good God.
Where are you at, Brandon?
Running out of time.
What am I at? What?
Where are you at right now for subscribers?
He's at 700 and
On YouTube?
I don't know. What are we talking about?
Let me check here. 72998.
Oh man, well done.
Wait, let me refresh to double check.
We at 721 now?
72998.
Oh, bummer. The refresh did nothing.
No.
yeah, like
I just
bringing you
didn't
guys
know.
on got me 2 subscribers, so this sucks. I need
Great.
you guys to like share.
Oh, Brandon,
my
I really
thing or
hope you
something.
get to 750, and then I hope you get to a
People
million after that.
unsubscribe now. Mike doesn't appreciate you. I
Ouch.
value
I
every
feel like
single one of you.
I love.
I feel
all
like
of
the
you.
more
I'm buying
subscribers
coffee for all of you.
the more subscribers Brandon gets, the more time it takes him to respond to my texts. It's
Oh.
like when he had like
You always
100,000
ask me about playing
subscribers, it would
football, and I don't know if I'm
it
going to
would
be able to
take him
play
like
until, the day
it would take
before.
him like 2 days, and then now that he's almost at 750, it takes like 8 to 12 business
How
days for
about
him to
not
get back
playing
to me.
football on my mom's birthday, Mario?
Well, Brandon, all I know is like when I ask you, and then when your mom's birthday is, you could have just responded
Yeah,
instead
but I
of
don't know
telling
when
me
we're
like 2 days
celebrating.
before. And then I feel like I always hurt your feelings for like texting you too much because I never want to follow up and be like, "Can you make it? Can you do
Yeah.
it?" So I'm like, maybe
like
he's
the
like a
power
baby
dynamic.
deer. I'll just let him come to me.
No, I need the reminder. I'm not going to know until it's like a.
Would
you
it be
can text
easier
me
if I just told
text me when
everybody
we
to go
do,
butt ass
so it's on
naked
my
since this is
radar.
what we're pushing? We're just
Text
gonna
me
play
so it's on
butt
my
ass
radar,
naked
and then when
pickup
it gets
football
close,
games.
and when I'll actually know, then give me the
And
gentle
we'll stream
reminder.
it. We'll
Gentle
stream the
reminder.
peen.
Gentle.
We just all play butt ass naked. Just dicks
No,
flopping around
we had
everywhere.
a good thing going. We had a good thing going, and then you just ruined it.
You didn't just ruin it. You ruined
With
it a long time ago.
with the male nudity, I thought we were all on the same page with this one.
That was so last year, dude.
Oh.
Read the room, Mario.
I'm impressed with the fact that Brandon said he would do the show
I don't know how Mario has time to play football. He has 2 kids now.
and runs a
one.
business. And
It's like
does.
that's like the one thing I get to do for myself like once a month.
Yeah.
Every other day, it's work and dad life.
There
That's
you go.
time.
It's hard. Yeah.
Guys,
I
this
want to
show
play.
is
I'll play.
ridiculous.
Don't worry.
Are you
Don't tease me
physically
with Pat
capable?
Surtain, okay? Don't tease me.
Don't tease you with what?
You heard me.
With Peen?
Pat Surtain.
That's how
He
Mario
came
tries to
one
lure me
time.
in. He's like, "Oh
We
yeah,
have
Pat
pictures."
Surtain's definitely going to be there." Sweet.
Why don't you go ask Zach Seegers, who dropped 4 passes from Pat Surtain and can never show his face in public again?
Oh, he did show
Zach
up?
is so smart, but he's a terrible athlete. Oh
Well,
shit!
first of all, I wouldn't have Pat Surtain at quarterback. That would be my first
Oh,
observation.
I'm sorry, Brandon. Would you like our $100 million cornerback to just be running around? No, I want him firmly planted.
I got to make
He's
sure
not
he's in
allowed to
shape.
go faster than 3 miles an hour.
I got to make sure Pat's in shape.
Okay.
How would you
And
check
then-
that?
Here,
You
it's
understand
easy.
that's what I do, right? He doesn't need
If
to go play
Pat-
football
Pat
with a
can't
bunch of
walk-
40-year-old burnout athletes.
If Pat can't lock me down, we got to reassess his workout program.
I would love to see him jam you.
Could you imagine, like, if one of us
See if
hurt
you can
him
get
in
off
one of
the
those
line.
games?
That's why he can
It'd
only
be-
play quarterback.
It would be. I know why. It'd be so unforgivable, though, if you were the guy that hurt Pat Surtain in a pickup football game.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd have to move.
And here's the thing, like every single outlet in all of Colorado would just rain down hellfire upon me, except James Marilat would like probably give me a pat on the back. He'd be super psyched.
Like I told you, Pat was going to do this the whole time.
I told you he wasn't any good. I'm a piece of shit. My name's James Marilat.
Mike Malone got fired. I've been saying it since the day they hired him.
He called it.
He called
Yes,
it.
he does.
All right. It's time to go to bed, everybody.
Let's go to bed. I'm done. I'm done with you guys. I'm done with life. I'm done with this drink. It was a great show. You guys are awesome. Thanks for coming in. Thanks to everybody that watched. It's probably never going to be outdone. 69-69. Best show ever. Peace.
You said probably. Ain't no way.